welcome back to my channel. It's your Alicia Elizabeth and I'm back again with another video. So today, as you can tell by the title, I will be coming to you guys with a story time. It's a sensitive topic to some people. I feel as though that I'm ready to talk about it. Yeah, so my story time today is me telling you guys about the time that I miscarried. Now, not a lot of people even knew that I was pregnant. Only a selective few people knew that I was pregnant. And yeah, I was pregnant and I miscarried. So before I get into the video, I need you guys to comment, like, and subscribe to this comment. And please comment if you've ever been through something like this. I want to hear you guys' story, or if you know somebody that's been through it. Like, I just want to let women know, other women know, that they're not alone, and we've all been through something, and we've all been through, majority of women have been through this. I'm not gonna say all, but the majority of women have been through this, and some of them feel like they're alone and you're not. So I just wanted to put that out there. So yeah. So this happened back in 2019. I was in a relationship with a boy back in 2019. We met in July and this happened in October. No, I lied. This happened in December, but I met him in July and I got pregnant in October, and I told him about it. I was really happy. I bawled my eyes out when I found out. I told my sister, because I took like 10 pregnancy tests at her house, and I told him the next day after I took it to make sure with the whole blood test and everything. And his reaction wasn't the greatest. I really wish he was more supportive in whatever was going on at the time, but it is what it is now. God had a plan, and he said, you know, this is not who I want you to be with, basically. God, yeah. So after I found out I was pregnant, I've been going to doctor's appointments and stuff by myself, because I live kind of a distance from him, and he always had to work in the mornings, and I like to do my appointments in the mornings to just get it out of the way. So I went to the doctors and everything was going great. You know, I went to an ultrasound. I heard the baby's heartbeat. When I first heard the baby's heartbeat, I think this was like 7 weeks or so, or 8 weeks. I heard the baby's heartbeat, and I was like, whoa, there's a human in my belly. There is someone in my belly. Like, I've never experienced that in my life. So I was just like, whoa, you know, like, that's crazy. There's a baby in my belly. I was so shocked. Like, obviously I know how pregnancy works, but when it happened to me for my first time, I was like, oh my God. Like, as soon as I heard it, I fell in love. I was just so excited. I just started, like, my whole mindset started to change. Like, I started to think of the future. I started to think of everything. Like, I just started to think about my baby. Like, I didn't even care about myself. I'm living for my baby. So it was, yeah. So yeah, I was working at the airport at the time. I had to go on like light duty work and stuff. Like, I had to tell them, and you know, yeah. So fast forward now to the day that, the worst day of my life, other than another day, but yeah, I'll talk about it another day. But this was the worst day of my entire life. Like, one of the worst days of my entire life. So I went to the doctors and I did my usual checkup and stuff, and my doctor, every time I went to my doctor, he would always ask me, am I bleeding, or am I spotting, or is there any spots, or you know, anything like that? Do you feel any cramping? And I would always say no. This appointment I said no because there was no spotting, there was no bleeding, and there was no cramping. So he said, okay, good, you know, that means the baby's good. So he asked me if I wanted to get an ultrasound, and I said, yeah, I would like to do an ultrasound. So I did an ultrasound, and I went to the ultrasound room, and I didn't hear a heartbeat. So the doctor was like, you know, I'm gonna keep trying and stuff like that. And, you know, I'm like, what's going on? Like, I don't see anything. I don't see, the screen was like black or whatever, and I didn't see anything. And I wanted a picture this time because at this point I'm 10 weeks. I was 10 weeks pregnant. I have one more week and I would have been in my second trimester. So this is my 10-week appointment. So you could see the baby by now, right? I didn't hear no heartbeat. I didn't see any baby. And I was like, okay, you know, maybe at this time, like, I didn't drink enough water for you to see, you know? Like, I was just like doing all those, like, second guessing it, like, you know, it's nothing. Maybe just this time you didn't hear a heartbeat, like, you know. So I went home. As I'm on my way home, I feel like, this is probably TMI, I felt like wet. Like I felt a wet, you know, spot come down. Like I felt like something wet come down. So as I'm driving, I'm at the red light and I look down in my pants and I see blood. So Google was my best friend at the time. I was Googling everything. I Googled everything. I was like, is it okay to spot? Is it okay to bleed? Da, 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 da. Some sites said it's normal. Some people say it's not normal. Some doctors say it's normal and all that stuff. Some people even had their period when they are pregnant. Crazy. Some people were bleeding throughout their whole pregnancy. So I'm just like, you know, maybe it's just that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think anything of it because I don't want to think that. Like, this is my first kid. Like, this is my first kid. And I didn't want to think anything like negative. I was trying so hard to not be stressful. Like, there was just a lot going on in my relationship at the time that I was just super stressed, and I was trying not to be stressful. But I was just trying not to be stressed, okay? But yeah. Yeah, so I got home. There was no cramping, I was just bleeding. I was bleeding, and then it stopped. And the nighttime it stopped. The next day, I woke up and I felt a little bit of cramping. And I started to bleed, like I was bleeding, like I was getting ready to start a period type of bleeding, you know? So I'm just like, you know, I'm not thinking anything of it. I don't want to go to the hospital and I'm be there and they send me back home, you know? But I regret it to this day because I feel like if I went to the hospital earlier, maybe some way they could have saved my baby. But I don't know. I don't know. So I didn't let the father of my child know at the time because I didn't want to stress it. I didn't want to scare him or anything like that, you know? I didn't want to tell him anything or like, you know? So my friend was supposed to come over anyways. I don't know what it was we were supposed to do, but I was just like, you know, you can come, but like whatever. She knew I was pregnant, but then I'm bleeding. Like at this point, I'm cramping and I'm bleeding and I'm just like, oh my God, please don't tell me this is it. Please don't tell me this is it. So I call her, as she was already on her way. I called her, I said, this is at 4 o'clock, midday, 4 o'clock. I remember it, like I remember everything. It was 4:15 to be exact. And I told her, I gotta go to the hospital, I gotta go to the hospital. Like, I think something's wrong, I gotta go to the hospital. And she's like, are you joking? Like, cause I'm a jokester. If you know me, people know that I'm a jokester and I just joke about everything. But I was telling her, I was like, no, I deadass have to go to the hospital right now, da da da. So thankfully she drove me because I couldn't drive. Like, I was cramping so bad I could not even drive. You know what I'm saying? So I was just, she drove my car though. I was cramping so much she drove my car. Yeah, so she drove my car. We went to the hospital now, and I told them, like, I think I'm having a miscarriage. And you know how hospitals are, they take forever. They, here's your name, da 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 da, whatever. Just take a seat and the doctor will be with you. So I'm like, okay. But no, I'm cramping. And I'm like, okay, you know, I don't feel so good. Like, I have to use the bathroom. I went to the bathroom in the hospital. And I went to the bathroom in the hospital. And when I sat on the toilet, everything came out. Everything came out. It was so much blood. There was so much blood. And then when I looked into the toilet, I saw the baby. I saw the baby in the toilet. The little fetus and stuff, and I started screaming at the top of my lungs. I was screaming. Anybody in that waiting room heard me. I screamed so loud and I cried so much. And I called the father of my child at the time. And I said, I need you to come, I need you to come. We lost the baby, I need you to come. Get here now, right now. He jumped into a taxi or Uber or whatever. He got there so fast. All I wanted was to just be comforted by him. That's it. I just wanted to be hugged and loved and all of the above. I don't know. I was so devastated because I had one more week and I would have been in my second trimester. One more week and I would have been in my second trimester. Everybody always says, like, things happen for a reason. I get that, but I don't want to hear that. I get it. Things happen for a reason, but I just don't want to hear that. Who wants to hear that? Knowing that this is my first child, my first baby. I don't even know if it was a girl. I don't even know if it was a boy. My first child, my first experience, and I lost it. I lost my baby. Now, to be exact, when I lost my child, I lost my child December 17, 2019 at 4:56 p.m. in the Scarborough Hospital. I didn't even know how to act. Like, I was in the hospital from 4 o'clock until 1 a.m. I had to do another ultrasound to see if everything passed through, which it did. And yeah, it was just a lot of blood. Now, I still have the picture till this day in my phone. I'm not going to show it because obviously it's very vulgar. It's very graphic. And I'm pretty sure it's not for YouTube. So the reason why I took a picture is because it's all I have. I never got an ultrasound picture. If you know me, anyone that knows me knows that I love kids. I love babies. I love just kids. I love kids. And if you know me, all I ever wanted to be was a mother. Since that's happened to me, it's like, I'm scared. I'm scared that when I have a child, I don't even know if I'll be excited anymore. I'm scared that if I have a child, I don't even know when to be excited because of what I went through. It was so traumatic. But all I ever want to be is someone's mom. I just want a kid of my own. After everything happened from the hospital, the next few weeks, like for the whole week, I felt cramps. The doctor told me it's basically mini contractions, and they felt like really strong period cramps, and I was bleeding for the whole week because of the missed period that I had when I was pregnant. But yeah, that's basically my story of when I lost my child. I'm telling this story because a lot of women go through it. And I'm telling this story because I feel as though it's not talked about a lot. For reasons why, because I feel like people just don't think it's appropriate to talk about, but it's actually really appropriate to talk about because it helps others. It helps other women, and it helps other people that are trying to have babies, to let them know that, you know, things happen. Whether you're trying or you keep trying and you keep having miscarriages, things happen for a reason. Because now look, me and that person are no longer together. So things happen for a reason, right? But at the end of the day, I don't regret it. I'm really sad. I think about it all the time because I would have had a 1-year-old by now running around. I don't know. Now I just want a kid more than ever. Now I want a kid more than ever, but yeah, only time will tell. God has a plan. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. This is like 21 minutes long. I don't know if I'm going to be cutting anything. I'm probably just going to post it raw. But thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. And stay tuned for another story time. I have another story time coming. Don't forget to share this video, comment, like, and subscribe.